Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about Evergrande, China's biggest real estate developer. Now before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk about China's biggest real estate developer, Evergrande, and what could possibly happen if they defaulted. Now, guys, last week we did not produce a video. One of our videos went absolutely berserk. It went viral on YouTube, and as of the recording of this video, it's got nearly 70,000 views, which is record-breaking for our channel. So I want to say a special thank you to everyone for hitting all the like buttons, leaving all the comments, sharing these videos all over social media. This is what happens, and then YouTube picked it up. There was a few websites that picked up the video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a little card here in the corner. Take a look at that. It seems to be quite popular. So with the influx of views came in an influx of comments, calls, emails, and lots of work. So I was very glad to be able to take that on, but unfortunately that resulted in no video for last week. Now, hopefully I'll be able to redeem myself this week with what we're going to cover here today, because I really do think that this is going to be a big deal for trucking, as well as our economy in general, as well as the global economy. We are in a global economy. One country goes down, it has a ripple effect elsewhere as well. This is no exception. The biggest real estate developer in China currently holds a bit over $300 billion with a B, $300 billion in debts and liabilities. This is the biggest debt load of any company anywhere in the world. This is a very big deal. Now, if it defaults, the collapse could ultimately send shockwaves throughout the entire Chinese economy, which would affect, have an effect on the U.S. economy, North America, and and globally speaking as well. Currently, they're set to formally go into, what they call a default on October 23rd. So we're about a week away from knowing ultimately what's going to happen there. Unless China bails them out, and China is not known for bailing out failing companies in their country. If they don't bail them out, this is going to be a big effect. But if they do bail them out, they're going to have to find a different way to get this money, and possibly it's going to be the U.S.-Chinese trade, which will certainly affect our economy, our inflation numbers, and the trucking industry as a whole. Now, we'll know more after October 23rd. Some people are calling this the Lehman Brothers Moment. Those of you guys who followed the financial markets might remember back in 2008, we had the ginormous bubble, the real estate bubble, the collapse of the financial markets, with Lehman Brothers, Bear Stearns, and many other large financial institutions going belly up. Lots of real estate-backed securities going belly up, and just causing general havoc throughout the real estate markets, the financial markets as a whole as well. So many are calling this a bigger deal than even what we experience here in the United States. And to kind of give you an idea, some perspective on how big this is, Evergrande has more than 1,300 real estate projects throughout China. Their debt that we talked about, the $300 billion, is actually bigger than the debts of Peru, the Philippines, Iceland, Bulgaria, and Panama all put together. So that's a lot of money owed. And they have projects in over 280 cities across China. We're talking real estate projects. They build a ton of apartment buildings. A lot of folks, in fact, over 12 million the Chinese folks, basically rely, their homeowners that rely on these projects and pay their mortgage and live in the homes that were built by them. Actually, more people live in Evergrande properties than, the amount of people that live in Greece or Portugal, Cuba, and Sweden. So there's a lot of people living in these properties. To kind of once again put this into perspective, let's look at the land mass. So Evergrande actually manages about 7.3 billion square feet of land, while Manhattan is a total of 6.4 billion square feet of land. So they provide about 3.8 million jobs, which, in contrast, is enough to employ all of Los Angeles. So we're talking about a lot of people being, left unemployed, a lot of people being owed money, a lot of banks that have invested, a lot of bankers, investment firms, different, hedge funds managers, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of money involved in this, and the collapse of such a ginormous company would definitely send shockwaves throughout the entire world. So this is possibly bigger than a lot of people have really given credit to. This is a bigger debt load than the GDP of some smaller countries, like we're talking Finland, New Zealand, Qatar, Hungary. This is bigger than than the GDP of those countries. To kind of put it in a different way, the Chinese economy, it's absolutely vast, huge, and 30% of the Chinese GDP is at risk if this company collapses. Then, like I said, many people believe that, and a lot of financial analysts believe that this is worse than the US and the Japanese real estate bubbles, which were a huge deal for us and a really huge deal for the Japanese real estate markets. And ultimately, this is really bad news for the United States, globally, for our trucking industry, for every one of you guys, because the result would be higher export costs in the United States, because China is going to have to find a way to recoup these funds. And guess what? We don't produce much in the United States. Domestic production, domestic manufacturing is at a near standstill. So prices would go up to already inflated prices of shipping containers, and we've talked about those being highly inflated. Well, again, leave cards throughout the video to all the topics that we're covering here. If you haven't seen those videos, take a look. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. And guys, this is a big deal. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Please drop a comment. Please drop us a like. And I'm going to switch over to camera, guys. We're going to look over the loads we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. As mentioned, we didn't produce a video last week, but as an overview, the rates have declined ever so slightly. However, this is not an indicator of the market slowing down. As you'll see from this portion of the video, the rates are back up and running. We're going to start off with a reefer team. We generally recommend teams to be running in a dry van. It's a much better, and we have a video that talks about the reasons why that's the case. I'll leave a little card here in the corner. However, even if you have a reefer team, you can still make some very good money. Now, these guys in particular took off out of Mauston, Wisconsin, went to Kent, Washington. It was a 42,000 pound load of food, 1,830 miles booked at $6,100, got them $333 a mile on a lot of miles. Then out of Wenatchee, Washington, they took a 1-pick 2-dropper going to Robert, Louisiana and Opelika, Alabama. This was a load of sweet apples out of Washington, 2,879 miles booked at $10,000. That got them $347 a mile on even more miles than it took to get there. Fantastic job. These guys ran for only 6 days, running Monday to Sunday. In those 6 days, they were able to gross over $16,000. That's $16,100 in gross in 6 days. 4,709 loaded miles booked at $342 per loaded mile average. Very well done. Next, we have a dry van coming out of Columbus, Ohio, going to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. 41.2 load of beer, 253 miles booked at $1,800, got them $7.11 a mile. Then out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Zero Deadhead going to Wooddale, Illinois. It's a 40,000 pound load of metal wire, 546 miles booked at $1,350, got them $247 a mile, going to a wonderful market in Illinois. Then out of Caledonia, Illinois, going to Murray, Kentucky. This is a 22,000 pound load of dry food. 474 miles booked at $1,900, got them $401 a mile. Then Jackson, Tennessee to Tinley Park, Illinois, 40,000 pound load of metal coils on wires, all palletized, basically block and brace required at the shipper, provided by the driver. Fantastic job. 494 miles booked at $1,400, got them $283 a mile. Then out of Portage, Indiana, going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a 44,000 pound load of steel coils. It was a straight through delivery. 131 miles booked at $1,000, got them $763 a mile. And they finished off with Neenah, Wisconsin, going to Commerce City, Colorado. Finish off strong with a 35,000 pound load of paper rolls, 1,049 miles, a longer run at $4,000, got them $381 per mile. All in all, these guys ran Monday to Monday, grossed $11,450 in gross, running 2,947 loaded miles at $389 per loaded mile average. Very well done. Then a reefer out of Golden, Colorado, going to Gering, Nebraska. It's a full truckload of beer loaded to scale, 203 miles, booked at 1,050, got them $5.17 a mile. Then Broadwater, Nebraska, going to Pocatello, Idaho. It's a load of potatoes at 43,000 pounds, 635 miles, booked at 2,600 bucks, got them $4.09 a mile. And then Nampa, Idaho to Buffalo, New York, long run, 43,000 pound load of dairy products, 2,232 loaded miles, booked at $8,900, got them $3.99 a mile. So just under $4 for over 2,200 miles. Very, very well done. These guys also ran for 6 days, going Tuesday to Monday. 6 days of running, $12,550 in gross, ran 3,070 loaded miles at an average of 409 per loaded mile. Again, very, very well done. Dispatch definitely took care of these guys. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Lafayette, Indiana, going to Tucker, Georgia. It's a 605 miles for a load. It's a 42,000 pound load with Massy Gel, some sort of a gel commodity product, 42,000 pounds worth of it. 605 miles, booked at 2,600 bucks, got them $4.30 a mile. Then Anderson, South Carolina, going to Aberdeen, Maryland. It's 9,900 pound loads, quite light. Frigidaire, upright freezers, 593 miles. It looks like it was probably about 20 of these freezers in there. So 593 miles, booked at 2,300 bucks, got them $3.88 a mile. Then Lancaster, Pennsylvania, going to Atkins, Virginia. It's 42,279 pound load of aluminum coils on pallets. 418 miles, booked at 1,900 bucks, got them $4.55 a mile. And High Point, North Carolina to Laurel, Mississippi. This was a tanker endorsed load, 42,000 pounds of non-hazmat chemicals, 663 miles, booked at 2,750, got them $4.15 a mile. And these guys, very, very well done. Not a lot of miles ran, excellent rate. So they grossed $9,550 running Friday to Friday, ran 2,279 loaded miles at an average of 419 per loaded mile. They also picked up a load 24 hours on both ends, but because he had some problems with the trailer, he ended up dropping it late at night, and we basically couldn't book him with anything else in that day, so he lost the day there. So very well done, really. Not a ton of miles, very good gross, very good average, not a lot of fuel burnt, and I would say, even considering the problems with the trailer, still did very, very well. Next, we got a reefer coming out of Lincoln, Nebraska, going to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a 35,000 pound load of fresh pork, 1,157 miles, booked at 5,000 bucks, got him $4.32 a mile. Then Rockingham, North Carolina, going to Findlay, Ohio. 43,000 pound load of canned goods, 572 miles, booked at 1,650, got them $2.88 a mile. Then Franklin, Indiana, going to Salem, Virginia. Now this was booked at 2,600 bucks. It's basically a frozen grocery load of 30,000 pounds. Got an extra 250 bucks in detention at the receiver, and basically got them unloaded in about 10 hours. So unfortunate for that. But it's 483 miles, booked at 2,850, got them $5.90 a mile. Made it all worthwhile. Finally, Rocky Mount, Virginia to Oxford, Pennsylvania. It's a 30,000 pound load of packaging materials. It was a dry load. The reefer stayed off on this one with 358 miles, booked at 1,500 bucks, got them $4.19 a mile. These guys ran Tuesday to Tuesday, $11,000 in gross, ran 2,570 loaded miles at an average rate of 428 per mile average. Finally, we're going to let's take a look at this dry van. It's Shelbyville, Illinois, going to Loveland, Colorado. 16,000 pound light load of paper rolls, 998 miles, booked at 3,500 bucks, got them $3.51 a mile. Then Fort Collins, Colorado to Grand Forks, Nebraska, North Dakota. It's a 44,000 pound load of beer, full truckload to scale, 898 miles, booked at $2,300, got them $2.56 a mile. Then Grand Forks, North Dakota, going to Palmyra, Pennsylvania. 43,800 pound load of groceries, 1,395 miles, booked at 5,500 bucks, got them $3.94 per mile, going to Pennsylvania. These guys ran Saturday to Saturday, $11,300 in gross, ran 3,291 loaded miles at an average of 343 per loaded mile average. And we'll finish off with a reefer coming out of Baytown, Texas, going to Rochester Hill, Michigan. It's a 15,000 pound load of non-hazmat chemicals. Again, a tanker endorsement was required. It was 1,343 loaded miles booked at $4,100, got them $305 a mile. Then Livonia, Michigan, going to Plant City, Florida. It's a 40,000 pound load of frozen veggies, 1,194 miles booked at $4,700, got them $394 per mile. And Dunedin, Florida, going to Conklin, New York, 25,000 pound load of juice at 55 degrees on a reefer, 1,211 miles booked at $2,800, got them $231 a mile. These guys ran Monday to Monday, grossed $11,600 in gross, ended up running 3,748 loaded miles at an average of 309 per loaded mile average. As you can see, every driver in this case, including the team on a reefer, did very, very well. And so can you. Take advantage of these markets. You know, this may change at any point. We've been going on almost a year and a half of these hot markets. This will continue for some time, but I'm talking to a lot of folks out there who are underpricing their rates. A lot of guys are still making $240, $230 a mile. You should be making a lot more money. As you can see, most of our guys are running $3 to $4 a mile. Some guys are running higher than that on average. You should be making more money. If you're not making this kind of money, give us a call or text us at 801-448-6363. You can go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go. Get more information there. There's a chat box there. Fill that out with your name, your email, your information. We will get back with you. We will call you. We will email you. We'll provide you all the information, answer any and all questions that you may have. And it doesn't matter if you're a MC carrier or if you operate under someone else's MC authority. If you're looking for a lease-on, you're a lease-on owner-operator, we work with those guys as well. So don't miss out. Here's your opportunity to make more money, take advantage of the hot market, and work with a really good company that's completely transparent, that does not mess around with your money, and provides you these kinds of rates. So guys, until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.